Hello everybody, my name is Mila and welcome to Mila's Budgeting. We will discuss everything concerning budgeting, cash stuffing, and sinking funds. Disregard, my daughter is in the background and now she wants to play with her toys while I'm filming. So here we have a sample of how a budgeting would normally look like generally. You have 6 categories. Well, for me, I have 6 categories. You can add or subtract or reduce or however you like it, but you have to make sure that the budgeting is yourself. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories. We're gonna start off with our income. We're gonna be able to subtract our income and take the bills out of the income, take the subscriptions, take the variables, the debt, and the savings. So let's say, for example, we have an income of $2,000 and we get paid every 2 weeks. That is $4,000 for the month of, let's say, for example, April, since we're in April. The whole budget, the whole purpose of this budget is to have a zero-based budget. What does zero means? That you take your income and you subtract all these expenses to make it zero. And that's how you have a zero-based budgeting. And basically, you're giving every dollar a job. You're telling, hey, this money goes here. You're going to pay this. You're going to do this, this, and this. And the reason why you want to have this is to have a little bit of structure. And you know those times when you just get paid and then all of a sudden after 2 weeks you have like $100 left or $50 left in your checking account and you don't know where you spend your money on? This is why you do this, okay? So we're going to start off with a $4,000 income and we're going to try to make it to zero. Sorry, I have my little cheat sheet over here. So let's say, for example, I don't include rent or a mortgage because my boyfriend actually pays the mortgage, but this is kind of similar to mine. So let's say, for example, your electricity is $150. Your gas is $100. Your water is $40. Your internet is $50. Your cell phone plan is $65. And the 529 plan is basically a plan where you can be able to put money aside every single month and you basically put it into, I guess, a stock market so it could aggressively grow and have compound interest. So by the time that your child is 18 or 17 and a half, they have money to go to college. And let's say, for example, I'm putting $123, right? So what you want to do is that you want to add all these up and it's going to be 528. And then you're going to subtract it from your income. So 4,000 minus 528 is 3,472. So now you have this amount monthly to go with, right? So with this number, you want to subtract your subscriptions. And I currently have just Easy Pass and DoorDash because I already paid off my Google storage and my Amazon Prime for the year. So these are actually zero. Since I live in an area now that I don't really have to use my tolls, I like to just set aside like $10. Before it used to be like $150 because I lived somewhere else, but now since I moved, I haven't been paying that much. And DoorDash, because I have Chase credit card, they actually charge me $5 every month. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go up. I gotta figure out when. So you're gonna add this, and this is going to be $15 now, and you're gonna subtract the 3,472 minus your subscriptions, which is 3,457. Hey, Mama. So now we have our variables. Variables are exactly that, anything that varies. But you need this to survive. You need car gas to go to work. You need to eat. You need to buy groceries. You need to buy things for the house. That is the only way we sustain as human beings. And I have here miscellaneous. Hey, boo. Sorry, she's 1.5, so she will not understand if I tell her to be quiet. But anyways, So let's say, for example, for car gas, we want to do it by month first, and then we do it by week. So let's say, for example, for car gas, you spend $400 a month. For eating out or eating at work, you spend $300. For groceries, you spend $400. For shopping, and I mean shopping, not like oh my god, I want to just ball out and just have a great time acting like I'm rich. No, we're talking about household items. Basically, this is my catch-all for any expenses that I just wanted to make. Like, I give myself enough money to just handle anything that comes up. But let's say, for example, in a month you spend $1,000. And then miscellaneous, let's say, for example, you got a ticket, you got a camera ticket like I did. You want to set aside money for that. So let's just say $100. Here we have a total of $2,200. And if you do this, I haven't done it bi-weekly yet, but I would like it to put it to weekly, so that way you can kind of know, okay, from, let's say, for example, for the last paycheck, April 1st to April 7th, I set aside $100, because 400 divided by 4, obviously. So every week I try to tell myself, okay, $100 for gas. That is it. Do not go over. And this is where you got to put your mind and your soul into the budget. Like, literally, you only have $100, and that's it. From April 1st to April 7th. On April 8th, you're gonna have another $100. Let me get the calculations for these. Okay, so for eating out, obviously by week is going to be $75. So just tell yourself, okay, eating out for $75 a week. So from April 1st to April 7th, you have $75. From April 8th to April 14th, you have $75. Do you understand? So, and then April 15th to I believe it's 21st, you have another $75. So just tell yourself, hey, this is about 10 to $13 a day. Try to keep it that way. Try to bring food home, try to bring food to work. Try not to order anything. Just keep telling yourself you got food in the house, and cook food that is going to last you a long time. You understand? So food that's going to last 3 days, so that way you can make one big meal with 3 days worth of expenses. For groceries, the same thing. Try to tell yourself $100. I know everything is going up with inflation, but you have to try to tell yourself, hey, this is what we're doing, and that's it. And definitely try to look for areas where they give coupons or they give awards. Like, for example, BJ's has a lot of $10 awards. So if you make a purchase, or say, for example, I made a purchase 2 days ago and it came out to like $120 something, and they had $40 for signing up with the credit card, which is what I did. So boom, it went down to $87, and I was like, I am under my grocery limit. For shopping and household items, I tell myself $250, and I think that's ample. Like, for a week, that's really good. But I like to give myself space just in case, like, oh, I want to buy something from Amazon, I can get it from here. And then $25 a week just for extra. All right. Wait, let me add that in. So you're going to be spending $550 a week. All right, but this is not part of the budget, this per se, because this is not monthly, but try to do this for yourself. Like, hey, so you can be able to stay under this limit. Okay, so now that we subtract $3,457 minus $2,200, we're going to have $1,257. Now, currently, I don't have debt, so all of these are zero. But if you had debt, this is where you would put money in. Some people, they like to do 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then 5. I like to do this because these are my necessities and I don't have debt. Oh wait, give me a second. Sorry about that. So 1257. So we're gonna skip debt all together, and we're gonna go down to savings. So this is actually my favorite part, and this is actually like where I try to not just put money away into savings accounts and like literally just transfer it over. Let's do something fun. So I have incorporated the $100 envelope challenge, and basically out of 11 envelopes, $100 envelopes numbered 1 through 100, you are going to pick two. And the reason why you're picking two, obviously, is because you're getting paid twice a week. Every 2 weeks. So you're gonna pick two numbers, and let's say, for example, both numbers were 25 and 32, and you're gonna add that up, and it's going to be $57. So you're gonna put that money away. Don't spend it, don't look at it, don't track it, just keep stuffing it, and hopefully you're gonna have, I think, more than excuse me, sorry about that. Okay, so for me, I sinking funds. So these two sinking funds are basically twice every single time I get a paycheck, I like to put money aside for sinking funds. And currently I have about 25 categories of or envelopes as to what types of sinking funds are out there. Basically Christmas, medical, birthdays, everything that you spend money on, especially when you make large purchases such as Christmas, we like to save money for. And I've actually been saving since January. So I like to put every single month, I like to put a minimum of $500 each. Now, this is where I know it's going to be hard for some people, but literally you have to do this. And why do I say this? Because Christmas will be here in Christmas in December. So you're going to spend money. You're gonna put things in your credit card, especially, Black Friday and stuff like that. Like, these expenses are gonna come every single year at the same time. If you start putting away $25, $30, $50, $100 every single paycheck, you're going to have enough money to give yourself a discount, quote unquote, later on. And that's what this is all about. Is like, hey, how do we prevent those big expected but unexpected but expected expenses? You're gonna do it this way. So I like to tell myself I list minimum $500 each paycheck. This is the first paycheck, this is the second paycheck. And just put $500 and then distribute between all those categories that you have. I have a savings account, I have an emergency account, I have a babysitter account just in case my boyfriend cannot pay the babysitter. I have a family time account. I have a car insurance, car maintenance account. I have an anniversary account. I even have a cesspool account. So basically, like, everything that I thought of that I could save for, I have an envelope for. And that's what these are called. These are sinking funds. So you're putting money aside from your paycheck into these accounts. It doesn't matter if it's $5. I started off with $1. Yep, I didn't know what I was doing before, but at least I started, and I've been so motivated to just continue. And it's such, like, how bad can this be? Like, how can this hurt you to save for the future? You know what I mean? And so if we subtract everything, it's going to leave us with $200 left just to put into your savings account, or just try to create a savings account and then put money in there. So all of that is going to equal $1,257. If we subtract the $1,257 from here minus this, is going to leave us with a zero-based budget. And this is from Dave Ramsey, having a zero-based budget. So you see how we covered everything that we can think of. We covered it. Even if things that we didn't know was going to happen, we covered it. And we can use this account, we can use this account, or any of these to cover any type of expenses. But that's the whole point. And this is why I'm so adamant about not having debt. I mean, your mortgage is the only thing that I really I'm okay with. But credit card, personal loans, student loans, car loans, eliminate them. Trust me when I say this. There's a lot of people that they have a whole bunch of money in savings account, and then they have so much debt, and then it's like, you can cover that. Like, just leave $1,000 for emergencies, but the rest of that savings account, put it into that debt. Eliminate it. Why are you paying interest to a bank? Like, why are you making them richer? I don't get it. But this is why I'm so happy I can do this, because I can do this. I'd rather put money here than here. Another thing that got me out of debt was literally planning every paycheck. So I'm lucky that I get paid every single 2 weeks. I get paid the same amount of money. Unless I do overtime, I get paid more. But this is how I like to break it down. So usually I would use my first paycheck. I would split the bills based on when, actually, let me just cover this. Actually, when these are due. So if the electricity and the gas and the water and the internet are due on the 1st or the 15th or whatever, you're going to use paycheck number 1. Anything that is due after like the 15th or whatever, or the second paycheck, you're going to use paycheck number 2. So that way you don't bombard yourself like with too much on one side. So you kind of like subtract this from the 2,000. So this paycheck was 2,000, this paycheck was 2,000. So subtract all of these from this, subtract all of this from this. Then you're going to go into your subscriptions. Remember, I only have 2 left, so I'm going to subtract it from the 2,000. The variables, we're going to divide them by half. So that monthly from before, divide each by half. So the 2 and the 200 go as the 400 from the previous page. The 150 and 150 is 300 from the previous page. So divide them by 2 and make sure that you stay with your budget. If you tell yourself $200 for gas every 2 weeks or $100 per week, stay with the budget. You understand? Try to keep it that way, And then you're going to divide your savings account in half. Well, not in half, but 140 here and 160 here. The sinking funds come out from each paycheck. And then here, because we don't have that many bills, we are putting money into an envelope challenge. And doing this, dividing my monthly in half and like telling each paycheck what I'm supposed to do, that is what got me out of debt. You understand? So having the zero-based budget and dividing the paychecks in telling each paycheck what to do, both of them, they have been incredible in getting myself out of debt. And just in case you didn't know, I started off in 2016, September of 2016. I started off with $96,000 of debt. It actually grew up to $123,000 of debt. And it based on the Dave Ramsey and the zero-based budget and dividing having each paycheck tell them what to do, telling the money what to do, got me out of debt in 4 years and 4 months. So it went from September of 2016 and I got out of debt January 2021. So this has been the happiest moment of my life. Like I said, I don't have to pay any debt, and if I use my credit card, it is paid off literally the same day. Right now I have an issue with Chase. I made 2 purchases yesterday using my credit card, and I tried to pay it and they were like, there's no amount due at this time. I'm like, BITCH, let me pay for it. Because I don't want any interest lingering. I don't want any of that. I want my credit cards to always say 0, even though I keep using it, but whatever. And as another thing too is pay your credit cards on time every single time. You understand? These interests is literally to make the banks richer. So you do not want to do that. Just create a budget that sticks for you. There's different types of budget and different ways of doing budgets. And this is the way that I found, and this is, from moving things around and just reworking it. I keep going back at it every single day, after every budget. So, this is the way that I do it. Another thing that I would like to talk about is YNAB. And if I could just put the camera. Hello, everybody. So this is YNAB. I know it looks very plain, but it's actually really good app. It's both an app and for your phone as well as a website. And I don't know all the features. You can actually look on other YouTube videos, especially Nick from Mapped Out. I got most of the information from him, but basically this website is basically another way to see your budget online. So some people are paper and pen type of budgeting, but you kind of have to keep tweaking it even between paychecks. So this make helps you stay on track in terms of like, okay, and you can clearly see your checking account has, 3 to 4 digits on it. But in reality, how much of that is for groceries? How much of that is for eating out? How much of that is for gas? You know what I mean? Like, and that's what you want to do. You want to break down that paycheck, and that's what overtime. So that's not even like base pay, but that's what a lot of overtime. But that paycheck, even if you're seeing it online, oh my God, it seems like a lot of money negative. When you break it down per category, you're going to see, oh, I only have $75 for eating out. I only have $75 for car gas. Actually, there's a perfect example. With the first two green stripe lines, I've already gotten paid and I've already spent the money. That is from the first paycheck. This is from the first paycheck. This is from the second paycheck, which came out today. So the trick with YNAB is you only use the money that you currently have. You cannot use funds that you do not have. Do you understand? So if you know you're going to get paid, that the next paycheck for me is going to be April 29th, I cannot use that money yet. I cannot incorporate it into my budget because I don't have that money. You understand? What I do have is today's paycheck. What I did have was last month's paycheck, which was used from April 1st to the 7th and April 8th to the 14th. So you can be able to see that. That is the one thing I love about YNAB, is much, much better than Every Dollar. Every Dollar is basically for the rookies, for people that are starting to learn about money and starting to learn about budgeting and starting to learn how to budget and to continue budgeting, is much more for them. People that are more advanced, know what they're doing, know how to stay on a budget and stuff like that, this is much better. So for like I said, my first paycheck, I already did it weekly from April 1st to the 7th and April 8th to the 14th on each category. So eating, gas, grocery, and shopping. The second paycheck was used I actually decided to increase my eating out because I was cutting it very close. But what do I love about YNAB? You see here, I told myself $70. I actually assigned $70. I only spent almost $50. So, oops, you guys can't see. So $50, right? Minus 70. That's what, 20 and change? Do you know what I did with this extra $20? Right here. Rollover money. And guess how much? So I did that for each category. So for eating out, the $20 from the first week and the $27 from the second week, because it's 43 divided by, subtract by 70. It's like 27-ish. So $20 plus 27, that's $47. I did that for car gas, for eating out, for groceries, as well as shopping. So all that extra money, guess how much I ended up saving? $302. You know what I did with this money? I put it straight into my savings account. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to see it. I don't want any evidence of. I don't even want to put it here. So that is the way that you buff up your savings account, is if you keep putting money in there that and this is, mind you, this is regular spending. This is spending that I was going to do anyways. But I never ever decided to keep the leftover money and just roll it over to a savings account, which this is what I love about this. You know what I mean? Um, what else? So we have the 4 categories that I have. I also have my miscellaneous and babysitter, just $50 just in case. And I already paid off my bills as well as my sinking funds from the first video. And with this paycheck, I'm gonna pay the 529 plan. I did ended up buying some tickets, some plane tickets, so I do have to pay that off, and I'm gonna pay it off with this paycheck. And then this is the second video that I'm gonna upload, the sinking funds for that. I do put money into my savings accounts, and I'm gonna see how much I can save with my second rollover. I did already paid for the year the $20. I put Easy Pass and DoorDash. And this one here is for later on. Next year I'm gonna do my taxes, license and registration for next year. My Google Pics, I already spent $20 for the whole year, so that's gonna be for the next year. YNAB is for the next year, BJ's for next year, and stuff like that. So, and you can be able to make credit card payments. And what I love about this, it keeps track of. It takes the money that you had. Let's say, for example, you use your credit card to pay for groceries. YNAB will tell you, hey, you got to take money from this checking account and pay off your credit card. You know, that was an amazing thing. I didn't really go into deep into that. But you can also see like your reports, like where your money comes in, all your expenses. You get to see, the type of graphs of where you spend your money on, which is really helpful. You know what I mean? So YNAB is really great. I have the flexi versus fixed type of budget, which basically I have my fixed expenses, meaning these I will never touch. I will never take money out of there. If the if that is the bill, that is a bill. I'm not changing it. Here I can tweak things, I can move things around. I can go from 70 to 75, 92 to 100, and I can kind of make changes to that. You know what I mean? But definitely try out YNAB. This is actually one of the best, and it's actually cheaper than every dollar. So, just try to see what works for you. If paper copy is the best thing for you, then do it. If you want to do it by Excel, Excel is also really great. You can be able to do the sum formula and be able to just add things up as you go. And you can make your own little tables and your own little graphs about it. So whichever method works for you, as long as you can be able to continuously update the budget and you can be able to tweak it and turn things around, that is what you want. That is what is best. But if you have to do YNAB every dollar, paper and pen, Excel, whatever it is you need to do, you need to have a budget and continue with the budget and maintain the budget and update the budget. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Any comments, likes, any comments or recommendations, please leave them below. Please like my video. Please subscribe. It really helps. And if you, like I said, if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And everyone, please, with everything that's going on with the subways, please stay safe. Stay safe. Okay. Thank you. Bye.